You are now listening to the Thanks for Trying podcast, episode 10. And this episode of the Thanks for Trying podcast is a very special one. For the first time, I hosted it live in front of an audience at the Phoenix in London. As always, and specifically in this one, it gets fucking sweary and quite offensive. Thank you to every single person that came down and packed out the room at the Phoenix, and thank you of course to the staff there as well for letting us host. Shout out to Seb White for recording the show, and big thank you to everyone who's been downloading the shows over the past 10 episodes. Big thank you to the returning guests who on episode 1, my good friends Doc Brown and Ed Skrein. Big shout out to Hoxton Gin too. Enjoy this. Thank you everyone for coming. Before I do a proper introduction on the podcast itself, thank you everyone for fucking being here tonight. I'm going to be all emotional and shit. Especially the more drunk I get, I'm going to be even more emotional. So thank you for coming.
Production values.
Is everyone drunk? Is everyone going to get drunk with me? Because I feel like we're going to get progressively more and more fucking smashed as this goes on. So you know how it goes. Who here listens to the podcast? Yeah. All right. Thank you for just saying that to appease me. I appreciate that very much. Ladies and gentlemen, with great pride, I'd like to introduce episode 10 of the Thanks for Trying podcast. Thank you. Featuring my very special guests and the first ever guest of the show from episode 1, my great friend.
The only guest you could get at the time.
I set my standards so low. Ed Skrein and Doc Brown, make some noise! Wow. It's been fucking 10 months.
Wow.
Is that right?
It's fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
And you know the only reason I started this podcast was because of you, Ed.
Why'd you say that?
Because we were having dinner. Do you remember this? Like last Christmas? This time last year. We were having dinner and you said to me, if you don't start a fucking podcast, I'm going to beat you up.
Really?
That's motivation.
It is. It is.
And
you know he's in the gym and shit. It's not a joke anymore.
You know what I mean? I've seen him
He used to
fight
talk a
people,
lot
like,
of shit back in the early 2000s. But you think maybe I could take him. Maybe.
You know, I was sizing it up.
Now
I spent a good couple months going, could I take him? And I was like, no, I think the easiest option is for me to start a podcast.
No, but it was always a thing where the first time we met was in Guildford when you were doing the radio show.
That's true.
You know,
University of Surrey.
So you know.
There's some Surrey people in here.
Was that Kane FM? Was
know.
that Kane FM? No,
it wasn't Kane. It was fucking GU2. It was a student radio station, bro.
But the way you did it, you know, your personality that day and your presence and everything was proper. And you know, you've always had it in you. And you know, you're more than just a DJ. Usually
Thanks,
I just
appreciate
abuse this geezer, so I don't know what. I'll start off being
physically
nice
and mentally.
Yeah, or just threateningly physically. But anyway, no. So anyway, I knew you had it in you, you know, and you were talking about it, saying, you know, that it was something that you'd been thinking about. So, you know, I remember the conversation being very much, get the fuck up and do it.
Yeah.
Like, stop talking about it.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear no more talk about it. You can do this and you're going to be
Shut the
great.
fuck up, eat your steak and do your podcast.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
and congratulations for getting to number 10, bro.
Thank you very much.
I've enjoyed all of them. I think they've been fantastic.
Stop it. I appreciate that. But you know what? As much as I've had, you know, fucking wonderful year, you know, reaching the heady heights of podcastdom, you guys have fucking, you guys have killed it. You guys have killed it this year, like ridiculously so. I mean, obviously, since we first went on the first one, Deadpool had just come out, and it's just done fucking incredibly.
Deadpool, guys, come on.
You know what I mean? Make some noise.
I love that University of Surrey got a bigger.
Yeah, no, University of Surrey did get a better response.
I'm so proud of what we did.
Wow. Well, I mean, you killed it this year. Like, it was one of the highest grossing films of the year or some shit like that. I don't fucking know.
You know what? It feels like now, after all is said and done with the, you know, success or relative success that's been had, because obviously it's, you know, material success.
Right,
I was thinking about it yesterday. In fact, I was talking to someone at the Corrupt FM gig, shouting in their ear. Rah, rah, rah. But I was saying what we did with that was everything I was trying to do with like the UK hip hop and stuff. You know, make something that's subversive and but still prove to people like, nah, we can stand next to you lot, and you know, we have a different approach, and you know, our way might be, you know,
sorry,
kind of
to
underground
interrupt. Does
mentalities.
everybody know that about Ed? That Ed was like a spitter, like he was a proper rapper. Yeah, everyone know that.
Couple people know.
Some people don't know. Some people don't know.
Yeah, loads of people don't know, and then some directors or producers are like,
Yeah, they got the eat up. They listen to the eat up.
He's very vibrant. Let's cast him.
They're like, yeah, got 4 babies by 3 fathers. I like that. Like, I'm like, wow, yeah, I'm for that.
With the alias, the Dinner Lady Pimp.
Yeah.
which is a beautiful alias. Still my favorite. Still on your Wikipedia page, which must be so confusing for a lot of fans of your
I like it because
acting.
it gets, things get misquoted all the time, and so you'll have things like, they'll announce a new movie or something, and it will be something like Vanity Fair or like Entertainment Weekly or something, and then they'll say, and Ed Skrein, formerly a rapper under the name of Dinner Lady Pimp. It makes me laugh.
That's amazing.
Do you know what? Yeah, all of that. Sorry to interrupt, but all of that is like, even though it's such a different realm and it was such a different time, and even now it kind of feels like it's like, I forgot I even did that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's something I'm so proud of, even though it was so fucked up and what we were doing was so messed up. You know what I mean? And so I it makes me laugh when people say that, but I'm still proud of it, even though it didn't have it didn't do what Deadpool did in terms of numbers and money and whatnot. That means nothing to me.
I can't see a UK rap record doing the same as Deadpool did in numbers.
I hope it does.
Even in a universe where it's
what would those bars contain?
You know what I mean?
What would they contain?
Yo, that'd be a fucking sick record, man. Shit.
There's a record coming out next year, which
That's
is
I mean, don't worry, I'm coming to
that.
that. I'm coming to that. But that's it's fucking sick. And since we last spoke, because we talked a lot about Deadpool on the last podcast, and as much as I could talk about it all day long, the thing that regarding Deadpool, which I spoke to you about, because you texted me one day after the podcast came out, and you texted me like, bruv, I just thought I'd let you know that Ryan's been listening to the podcast. And I was like, what do you mean, man? And you're like, no, Ryan Reynolds, he says he's been listening in the gym.
Yeah.
But
he emailed me and he said something really cryptic, and it said something like, now I know what you were doing, what you were thinking of in the workshop, or I didn't know you were thinking about your arsehole the whole time in the workshop. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? And he was like, the podcast with your pals. And so when we met up, I said, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was at the premiere or something like that. Anyway, and he was like, yeah, I loved it. He said what he loved about it was he could tell that we were friends and there was an intimacy and a trust, and that's the most beautiful thing. And I think that that's the biggest strength of this podcast. There's so many good podcasts out there, but I think that when things are honest and intimate, whatever they are, I think that it enhances them no end.
It does.
Yeah.
Ryan, that reference, the arsehole reference, that maybe something you don't remember from the first. Ryan told Ed the best way to prep.
It wasn't Ryan, was it? It was
Ryan?
Marlon Brando's agent.
So Ryan didn't even know that
he didn't know about the arsehole thing.
One of my processes. Yeah.
So Ed's approach to acting, like
one of them.
No, it's the only
approach to acting.
Yeah, bro.
His only approach is before the camera goes live, when they're getting the sound rolling and whatnot, he focuses on his anal retention. I don't know if can you break it down, give us a bit more detail on.
I love that he's stitching me up there, innit?
Yeah.
No, it's basically is like you start by relaxing everything. It comes from the
specifically something.
I'm trying to make this all. I'm digging a hole now. No, it's like you do all of the prep in terms of the mental work and the script analysis, and you do everything that you can to get the character there. But after that, it's like an athlete. You've done all your training. You can only run or swim as fast as you can on that day. So then it comes down to mentality. And when everything's there and all the lights are there, and you've been thinking at home like, I'm so ready for this. This is so great. You get there, you're like, wow. You start to feel negative energy and stuff. So the process is like, find your center of gravity. Let your hands hang down, let your hands become heavy. Breathe, make sure you feel your breathing, and then relax your arsehole. And you make sure you're nice and relaxed like that. And then after that, very importantly, after you relax your arsehole, it's very important to say fuck it. So we say it like, the short-term thing is relax your arsehole and fuck it.
Yeah.
And so when you see me going...
Which is quite a confusing instruction, really.
No, it is. Yeah, it is.
For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about.
So you've got to hear the whole process. You can't just say relax your arsehole and fuck. I don't want to see people on
context.
set or in, because you don't have to only use it on set. I use it in social environments.
Use it at home.
I'm doing it
on
right
your
now,
own.
you know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, well, you know what, and that phrase and that bit of advice has run as a theme throughout pretty much every episode of Thanks for Trying podcast. Even Jordan, shout out to Jordan who's here now. It changed his life.
Jordan's
big up to
bro.
Yeah, Jordan Stevens in the building. And it changed a lot of people's lives, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
So on that beautiful note, Doc, you've had a fucking fantastic year also.
Yeah, it's been all right.
You're fucking killing it.
It's been one of those years where I just thought I'm just gonna stop doing shit that I don't really enjoy, but it pays the bills. I'm just gonna see what happens if I just start saying no all the time and just do the things that I really enjoy doing. That I'm desperate to get up in the morning to do, and making that decision, I think the results of 2016 for me, like it's totally reflected that, like it's vindicated that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm blessed. It's a beautiful thing.
Life on the road, sick. I haven't seen it, but sick.
You haven't seen it?
I still haven't seen it. I need to fucking see it.
It's always your friends that don't go and
No, they never.
I didn't see Deadpool for weeks, and I went with Michael Payne, also here, picking him up, and we went for a while. I was like, I felt fucking bad friend, but it's done fucking well, man. Front covers of magazines and shit.
There's nothing scarier than comedy, and take that from someone who battled in the days when you had to like make it up on the spot. You know, like that shit was the scariest element of entertainment I'd ever experienced until comedy. Yeah. And you can go and see a non-dramatic drama, and it's boring at best. You can see a non-thrilling thriller or a non-scary horror, and it's quite funny. Like you kind of enjoy it, but like a non-funny comedy is like that's the hardest shit to sit through. Like it's so much pain, like just sitting there and like expecting to laugh and not laughing. And I'd seen like a real rough cut, like literally just the rushes slapped together with no sound. Yeah. Until the premiere.
Oh shit!
So I walked in, and obviously the full room at Leicester Square, and from like the first scene, people were just pissing themselves, and it wasn't just industry. Do you know what I mean? We had like industry down the front, but the rest of the room was just all punters. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, the relaxation was the first thing, because I brought like 12, 15 family and close friends. Yeah, and that hurts when you look at your close friends.
They're not laughing.
When you look at your close friends, and afterwards they just go, yeah. Dude, I love that coat. I love that coat. You're looking really well. You're looking really well. You got a beautiful family.
Nice weather today. What are you talking about? You just came to my fucking premiere. That's sick. That's fucking amazing. Because I saw you. I came to one of the work in progress gigs that you did with Ricky earlier in the year. Was it?
Oh, was that in Finchley?
In Finchley, yeah.
And I brought you backstage.
That's right.
And you were like...
And I had to...
You were a different Corin for a little bit. You're like, shall I say things or shall I not say things?
You know what I mean? It's a very weird... You know what I find? It's like, if it's anyone that I'd been a fan of post 20, don't give a fuck. If it's someone that you've grown up watching on TV... and you've been a kid and you've not idolized them, but they've not in essence been a real human being. They've just been some kind of character on TV. Then for me, it's very difficult to talk to them because you've developed for so many years this idea in your head of what they'd be like or all of this shit, and it's very difficult to kind of converse. I hear that
because I brought you on Taskmaster as well, and you were just swagging around, like chatting to the chicks. You were just you. Do you know what I mean? I brought you backstage with Ricky, like. This is Corin. Oh, hey, Corin, what's going on?
I love you. True story. Yeah. But like the thing is when he, because you essentially headlined that fucking gig.
Yeah.
It was fucking ill. But it's one thing I noticed about you, because obviously I've known you for quite some time, and I've been to a lot of your gigs, and we've done gigs, quite a few gigs together, but like I didn't really notice it as succinctly as I did within that moment of how fucking relaxed you are before you go on stage. And it pissed me off.
That's something that I've forced into myself. It's not. It doesn't come naturally.
Right.
When I started out, I remember I entered a competition called So You Think You're Funny.
Right.
This
Yeah,
Channel 4 thing, like a nationwide search for like the next big comic kind of thing, and I'd improvise in every round, and sometimes it went well, sometimes it didn't, but I always made it through. And then when I got to the final, I became super tense, and I wouldn't talk to any of the other comics who were in the final.
Yeah.
I just paced around. I didn't improvise. I worked out, because it was 7 minutes every round. I worked out the 7 minutes and I just repeated them to myself like a robot, and I was super tense, and I didn't win it. And also, I think I was quite average on the night. But I set in stone like a process that lasted for another at least 3-4 years, where before every gig I was massively tense. And then I get out there and nothing sounded natural. You know, I'd always be okay, but it never sounded natural. And then I think something switched where I think I was probably late to a gig. Got in there, saw a couple of comics that I knew, just chatting. Oh, Doc Brown, and then I was out. You know, I didn't have time to think about it.
That's
cool.
Really
so
you almost
enjoyable.
trick yourself into kind of thinking, well, I'm not even going on soon. I'm just chilling. Yeah.
Yeah, so like as soon as I was more relaxed about it, it was fine. Now I don't give a fuck. Like when it comes to stand-up,
that's exactly the scenario you described is exactly what happened at this gig that I'm talking about now.
Okay.
Is that we were standing in the sides. Do they call it the rafters? I feel like that's a thing. Do people say what the fuck is a rafter?
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, so we were in the rafters. The wings.
The wings.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. I appreciate that. You said that so embitteringly.
Wings.
Yeah. Thank you. So we were in the wings, and we were just chatting, and like Ricky was on, he was doing his stand-up, doing his thing, and we were chatting, and he was saying to me, "Oh yeah, that Locks record, man."
Just talking
about hip hop. I mean, like, yeah, shit, man. Primo ain't made a sick beat like that in like fucking 5 years. Da, 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 da. And then all of a sudden, like out of one ear, I'm like, I hear Ricky Gervais go, "Doc Brown!"
Yeah, bang on.
Walk out.
And there's a thing like I used to think it was beer. I'd always have like a couple beers, and that would loosen me up a bit. But actually, convo, like a bit of real convo before you go out on stage,
rap convo,
and then when the first things you say to a room of strangers, it just feels more natural.
Yeah, I think 100%. I had this wonderful story. Kevin Smith was talking about he was able to go backstage and meet Floyd Mayweather just before a fight.
Wait. Kevin Smith,
the director
from Clerks.
Okay,
Silent
cool.
Bob.
Clerks or Clerks?
I don't know. I change it each time and see what the
Clerks or
reaction
Clerks?
is.
How do you feel? You're Clerks, guys.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
The masses have spoken.
This is so much better having people here, because then it's not just us going, how do you say this?
Seb on Google. And he said that he went back and Mayweather was watching a fucking basketball game half an hour before the thing, just watching it with his pals, just think. And he was like, dude, you're so relaxed, like, shouldn't you be getting ready? He was like, man, if I'm not ready now, I am never going to be ready. So I've been training, same thing. The analogy I think I even said in the first podcast about Lennox Lewis, when he fought Evander Holyfield, that's something I always think about in terms of my prep was, I think it was the Holyfield fight, and Holyfield's there and he's getting punched in the face by his trainer and he's hyping him up, come on champ, all of this. And then they cut to Lennox's room and Lennox was just lying down with a towel over his head and his trainer was just sitting there with a book. And the room was completely silent. And it was chill. And, people often say to me with like set, like, oh, you're that I have a positive attitude on set and I like to spread that. And, part of that is, because I like to, that is what I'm like. But part of that is selfish as well because it relaxes me to have to just have normal conversations. Oh, how's your family? How's all that? I'm just nice and calm. And so sometimes, it's a selfish means to get to that place, And
I'm always like that but only with the people that work in catering. I feel like that's the only people you need to be nice to.
Dinner lady pimp, bruv.
You know what I mean?
Where do you think the name come from, man?
You know what I mean?
Trying to get them double jacket potatoes.
You know what I mean? Two jacket potatoes. Two. So just to, I wanted to talk to you about another thing, and I know because Ed hasn't heard this story, because you've told me it, and I know Ed's going to have a lot of questions about this. I can see it in your face already.
I've got questions.
I don't even know
He's got
what this
questions.
is going to be about.
This is about the BAFTAs. The BAFTA in LA recently where you had to host you had to host a thing for the BAFTAs, right? Which is amazing. You do a wonderful thing. You do BAFTA. You host the children's BAFTAs every year in England, right? Which is fantastic. But this is, you know.
Hit that.
But this
I was
is.
gonna bring you your own one, but it was fucking up, so I just thought.
No, we're all gonna have to get each other's herpes.
No, you can't have any.
But anyway,
Just press that button.
Yes. All right. So this year you got asked to host in LA a special ceremony for the BAFTAs, and but the sick thing here is you got to meet a lot of all of our idols.
It was a very tense experience because they called me up very late, which made me think, okay, someone pulled out. Idris Elba pulled out. Still needed to keep that BAFTA diversity quota up. So holler at Doc, right? I knew it because the children's BAFTAs, they booked me like 6 months in advance. I'm getting a call like 2 weeks before. So, but I'm hyped, and you know, obviously I say yes. Then they tell me, BAFTA LA is a charity, so there's no money.
Oh, okay.
Right?
That old chestnut, isn't it?
Yeah,
UK hip hop days.
It's BAFTA.
They were moving mad UK hip hop about this shit, bro.
Yeah, they did their research.
Is it? Shit,
so it was also like it fell in the October half term before Halloween. Yeah. So it was over the week of half term holidays. So I thought, well, I got to bring my kids. So I hollered at them about like getting tickets for my kids. They were like, and initially they said they'd get me 2 business class tickets for me and a guest. So I thought, okay, boom, that's me and my wife, done. Yeah. But then it's half term. I think I've got to bring the kids. So I called them up and was like, what can you do? And they were like, well, nothing. We're not getting you 4 business class tickets. They said, what you could do is like you could have 1 business class ticket and we'll buy you 3 economies. And I was like, how the fuck does that look? When I get on, I'm in that queue. You know that queue when you're in the tunnel
and you're just like,
to get on the plane.
Bye kids.
I was like, oh, that's Doc Brown. Kids. Oh, look at his wife. Oh, it's so sweet. Look, he's got the 2 beautiful daughters. Oh yeah, you guys getting fucking coached. Go over there. Bang. Give me a champagne.
No, but bruv, you got to put the missus in business.
Daddy, can you get her the fuck out of here, man? I'm in business right now. So
sunglasses on.
Yeah, so I couldn't do that. So I said, could you get me 4 economies? And they bought me 4 economies, and that was it. And that was it. The rest of the holiday, not even a holiday, it was a holiday for my girls. But you know, I'd never been there before, and it was a lot of pressure. Like they were on me. Every joke, my monologue at the beginning, they wanted me to do the monologue. And then I do, Samuel L. Jackson's in the house, you know, and then I do a joke to Sam Jackson. Jodie Foster's in the house, do a joke to Jodie Foster. And they were so nervous about every single
just in case they'd be offended or
yeah, okay. I guess, you know. This is my front row guys, right? Sam Jackson on the left there, Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's you.
It's very similar to our front row today.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Very similar.
Shout out Hugh Joseph.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Ang Lee, Ewan McGregor, Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Tom fucking
right?
Hanks,
big
man. Fucking hell.
So obviously, you know, I'm nervous about the night, but it was unbelievable how much more nervous they were. Yeah. Like I was gonna open with a rap because I thought that's what I do. You know, I do a funny rap, encapsulating everything of the evening. They'll be like, "What the fuck?" You know, be bombastic opening, and they were just like, "What?"
Great
like,
word.
No one knows you rap. Like, why would you do that? Please trust me on this. You know. And then they fucked with me for a whole week over this opening gag I was going to do after the rap. So I was going to do the rap.
Yeah.
And then wait for the applause. And then when it died down, I was going to say, yeah, even the British ones can rap. Who knew? Right? And they were like, we don't want to open with a racial stereotype. And that's a funny gag. Like, what the fuck? So it was a battle for the week. Right? And the second half of the week, I started working with this guy, John Max, who Google this dude. He's like in his 50s. He's written the last 8 Oscars, right? Monologues. Do you know what I mean? Decent guy. The couple nights before the show in LA, he'd written Bill Murray's opening monologue for the Mark Twain Awards. You know, so like this guy's got pedigree. You know, and I'd give my jokes to him and say, do you think they'll get it? Can you tweak it? Whatever, you know. And the whole time he's like, dude, you got this. Like, it's so funny. It's great. And he was like my big backup. But then on the night before, the show, I went to. By chance, Kanye was playing in Inglewood, so me and my wife went down and watched Kanye. It was an amazing show. And then when I came out, I did that thing. I don't know why we do this. What a dickhead thing to do. It's like 11 at night. I'm juiced up. I'm hyped off the Kanye show. And I check my email. Who checks their email? Why? When you're waiting for the Uber, checking your email.
Idea ever.
And I got an email, BAFTA have got a few issues with some of these guys. And the next morning I met with them and they just wanted me to rewrite the whole shit in like 24 hours. I'm so tense right now, you know?
That's
but
crazy.
on the night, I was in the green room on my own, pacing back and forth. I smoked like 20 cigarettes. So people offered me beers and I was like, I'd have one sip and I was like, I'm too tense. People offered me food and I was like, I can't eat.
Yeah.
And I was worried about this rap and that opening line that I told you, which you all laughed at, right? And I thought, this is a good line, but no, they don't want me to do it. And I'm about 5 minutes away from stage time and Tom Hanks walks into the green room with his makeup artist.
Of course.
And I'm the only one in there, so he makes a beeline for me and he's like, hey, I'm Tom, how you doing? I know the fuck you are, man.
You know what I mean?
Fuck.
I'm Tom.
Right? And he's like, hey, what are you doing? You working here? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm hosting.
Fucking host.
I'm hosting the evening. He's
I'm
like,
Ben.
Get out of town, that's awesome. Right? He's like, that's awesome. He's like, you look so nervous. And I was like, dude, I'm shitting myself, man. Like, this is like, it's a watershed moment in my career. And he goes, oh, no, you're going to ace it, man. I can tell you're going to ace it. He goes and sits down in the chair. So he goes back to me and his artist starts doing his hair and his makeup. And then for the rest of the next 5-10 minutes, he just talked to me. So where are you from? What are you about? Like, what's your story? He was so cool. Like everything you want Tom Hanks to be if you grew up on Big. Like he was that guy. And then the stage manager came and she was like, okay, you're up, we're ready. And I got up, I was like, and I walked past his chair and he just grabbed my arm as I went by. And he goes, yo, you got any shit for me? And I was like, dude, you know what? You're the only one I couldn't work out to take the piss out of you, you know? So I don't know what I'm going to do. He goes, you got some shit for me. Do some shit for me. He was so cool. And I did. I came up with it in the moment. He did his...
You didn't go Philadelphia?
No.
Right, cool.
No. I would have been risky. I
just wanted to check.
No. He was so real that I thought I can only be real.
Look at Ed.
He had to go there.
For 12 years I've been making you make that face. Fantastic.
No, I just told him a true story on stage. Me and him on stage. You'll see it. It comes out on telly, I think, in a few weeks. But I just said, I said to him, it's mad because I watched Big recently with my daughters. And the beautiful thing about having kids is you can watch movies that you watched when you were a kid with them and see how they react, you know, E.T. and Star Wars and whatnot. And watch Big. And what you forget about the 80s is, like, they didn't even have fucking seatbelts for us in the 80s. Do you know what I mean? Like, films were more raw. So I watched Big and I was like, yeah, it's a family film. But who remembers when he gets his first apartment and he's got it full of like amazing shit, arcades and a big inflatable dinosaur, and he brings the chick who works in the office back to his flat, and then they're in the window and she unzips her blouse and like exposes her breasts like in a bra, and then he puts both his hands on her tits and she's like, it's okay. And my daughters are like, what's happening right now? What's going on? And I was like, I don't remember this. And she's like, why is he doing that? And I was like, they're just really good friends. They're really good friends.
Doctor checking his heart rate. That's a heart rate
They sleep
check.
together. And my 10-year-old went, wait a minute, isn't he 12?
Yeah.
Smart.
And I went, yeah. This is what I said on stage. I went, yeah. It's just mild pedophilia. It's Hanks. It's Hanks. He can do what he likes. Crazy. But yeah, that was a special night, man.
And like, one of the things you said that you're most proud of is that you made Jennifer Lawrence laugh.
Yes.
Okay. That's a good
That's
sign.
when I introduced her, because she was in the wings.
And the wings, not the rafters.
You know what I've just realised? The rafters are up there.
Oh,
They're
Jesus.
up top. So there's like the rigging for the lights, I think.
Okay, all right. Sick.
So if she was hanging from there, it would have been a fucking crazy.
That would have been fucking
entrance,
sick,
like,
man.
That would have been superhero landing,
like
right?
Sticky Fingers at Subterranea back in.
There you go.
2000.
Yeah.
Jesus, well, that's a fucking reference and a half. Shout out to anyone that went to an Onyx gig in fucking London. It's when Subterranea was
Count them
open.
on one hand right now.
Jesus.
No, I said, please welcome everybody's favourite arrow-wielding child killer, Jennifer Lawrence.
Ed, you've been doing something fantastic recently. I don't know if it's been publicised or not, if it's people know about yet. But you've been filming the new fucking Robert Rodriguez film in Austin. And produced by James Cameron.
Yeah.
What?
Big man.
The big man.
Have you met him?
Yeah, you called me last week going, yeah, I just had a day hanging out with James Cameron. So cool.
I can't be friends with you anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I'm cutting people out. I don't really have enough space.
Just going
now.
through my phone, just saying my goodbyes.
This is a courtesy call. It's just so you know.
This is the last time we'll speak.
Wow. And how's it going? You finished filming now?
I finished my bits. I've got to go back in January just for a little bit, but it was wonderful. It really was, man. You know, it really was. It was one of those ones where it was the third movie I'd done in quick succession, so I started to build up some momentum and confidence, and, you know, felt very relaxed. And kind of, you know, it was kind of nice that it was the third one. It was a nice kind of way to peak, you know what I mean? I suppose it's like having like the nationals and then the Europeans and then going to the fucking Olympics or whatever, you know what I mean? But it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Like, it was great fun. And, you know, it's empowering when you meet people like James and Robert and you hang with them and you realise same way as, like, you know, Tom Hanks, by the sound of things, it's like, you know, we have this whole thing where we feel like we don't deserve to stand next to these people, and that we've put them into such a high bracket,
of course.
and we've put ourselves into such a low bracket that we don't deserve to. And it's like, no, I'm supposed to be here, you know. And you know, it was amazing speaking to them. And when you talk about like learning from people, like, you know, Christoph Waltz is in the movie.
It's ridiculous.
You know, like
what's the name of the film for people?
It's called Elita Battle Angel.
Okay.
My friend Kean Johnson, who's in the cast, is in the back as well. He's in town.
Big up.
Big up. We just wrapped for Christmas.
What type of film? Like a
It's a live action. We're using all the Avatar technology.
And is it based on a manga?
It's based on a manga, yeah. So it's like a big whole, like, you know, it's a big boy. You know, the budget is like almost 4 times Deadpool.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Shit.
How much of that you seeing? We'll talk about that afterwards.
We don't talk money, bro.
Get me lunch tomorrow.
We don't talk money, we don't touch money, you know what I mean? No, but, you know, it's I mean, in some ways that's an interesting point. Yeah, you know. In some ways that's an interesting point because, you know, when we were on set, there was a lot of times we were standing there like, yeah, this doesn't necessarily feel like a $200 million movie because, you know, especially because so much of it is going into VFX. Right. You know, for this movie, they've scheduled 55 weeks of post-production afterwards, I believe.
Fucking hell.
So, you know,
and filming wasn't even that long. Like, so most of it
mine was compressed, but it's
5 weeks of post.
Yeah, and this is by the best people in the world. They're called Weta, and they kind of came out of nowhere. They're in Wellington in New Zealand, which is like the most southern city you can get, I believe, and it's apparently it's fucking freezing down there. And so these guys are amazing. Like, they were the ones who did Gollum and Lord of the Rings. They did Planet of the Apes stuff. They just did Valerian, and then they came onto ours, and they're just the most amazing, you know, amazing tribe of people. I was running around like a Teletubby for the whole thing in like this grey Velcro, super skin tight outfit, looking like an absolute lemon. And
this is the best look for you, to be fair.
Yeah, I've looked worse. You see me worse. But it was a wonderful experience anyway, and, you know, I learnt so much from Robert and you know, spent less time with James because he's working on Avatar. But
so what, the sequels, I believe.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah. My sister said she lives in the States. Yeah, she said that Austin was the most sort of progressive, communal, forward-thinking city that she'd been to in the whole of America.
I would say, like, as a Londoner, you know, coming from this beautiful melting pot that we do, that's relatively liberal, you know, even in the circles that we move in, I'd say it's like the sort of nicest place that I've been to, in the sense that like New York for me is like the coolest place in the world, just because it's like,
it's just
this
like
is where the
fucking
Ninja
London.
Turtles live, and Annie lives here. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's weird. The first time I ever went to the States, like I said to my parents, who are here tonight, big on my parents. Yeah, thank you for that. I saw smoke rising out of the sewers in New York, and I said, "Yo, is that?" I didn't say "yo," but I was like, "Hey, is that where the turtles live?"
Yeah. I hope they said yes. Like when I'm in the
pretty sure
hotel,
they did. Yeah,
and I'm
pretty
looking
sure
down
they
at all the rooftops, I just imagine like them flipping and jumping,
Yeah.
like fighting the Foot Clan up there and that. But yeah, so New York's got this wonderful, wonderful allure from the movies and everything, and it's just an amazing city, and it reminds me of London in many ways. But like, if I'm going to live in a metropolis,
we are better.
I'm gonna live in.
Obviously, yeah.
I'll give you my
Obviously.
theories in a minute.
But Austin's got this whole their slogan is "Keep Austin Weird,"
Yeah.
and I'm just like, I love that.
Yeah.
You know, and the people when you just meet people just who work in like the behind the bars and people in restaurants and stuff, like people are real chilled and real nice, which is ironic because the first thing you think of when you think of Texas is not necessarily open-minded
of course,
liberal
very
stuff.
right wing.
So it's a kind of democratic hub in the middle of the rest of Texas. I believe their attitudes towards some things may differ outside of
Right,
Austin
right.
and Texas. You know what I mean? I
So
say
it's like a kind of
diplomatically.
a bit of a bubble.
It's a bit of a bubble, yeah. But it was a beautiful place.
Austin is a pretty crazy place. Like,
You been as well?
Yeah, I played.
Is that where they have the South by
Southwest.
Okay.
I had my showcase South by Southwest a couple of years ago, and I got very drunk, if I'm honest.
That's a surprise.
What's
Did
a
ya?
surprise?
Very drunk.
It's not like
I definitely remember waking up. It was like 7 a.m. I was in a hotel lobby and I didn't have any shoes on.
That's never a good sign.
It's
when
not
you-
a good sign
Yeah.
at all.
Was it your hotel lobby or someone else's?
No, it was just a random hotel, and also remember like running to a breakfast. You know, one of them breakfast buffets. Which, bear in mind, we've already spoken about catering, but breakfast buffets is probably, that's my favorite place to be. Ever
can
to
just
frequent.
keep going.
I want my
going.
funeral to be a breakfast buffet. I want everyone to really embrace that.
I
for
love
me.
watching people walk into the breakfast room in a hotel and sit down. Because they get sat down by the waiters, don't they?
Yeah, I don't want
But
to
then
sit
you just
down.
have to get
Don't-
up. Like, why do
Yeah,
they sit
what's the
down?
point?
Just go straight to the buffet and get involved.
Listen, I just give
Because they
them.
have to sit. It's such an awkward moment. You sit down.
Yeah. The plates are already up
You gotta
there.
get up. You gotta get up again.
No. What I do is I literally just tap them on the shoulder and go, "It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. I got
Make
this.
them feel
I got
less
this."
awkward.
Yeah.
You know, the shoeless thing is such a sign of when you're genuinely fucked. You know, my birthdays I do it big, right?
I mean, I DJ at them, so
yeah,
I'm,
of course. I think it was the one before last.
yeah.
Because me and Siobhan, we always open up the house afterwards.
Yeah.
Everyone comes back, and there was one of my boys, Sam, who's like, he does. I won't say his surname because I don't want to sell him out, but he does all the drugs, all of them,
All of them.
all of them,
Ibuprofen,
all of them,
paracetamol.
all of them. Like he's one of them dudes. You know the dudes who play off the one drug with the other drug.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, but if you do this drug after that one, and then you do this one. And then you have like a honey and lemon fucking lemsip. And then you have this. Bro, he's that guy, right? And it got to like 8 a.m. and I was just done. And Siobhan was like, get everyone out. She'd gone to bed. And I was in the kitchen and I was just like, in that time you're just like, roll a zoot and done.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is me right now. And in the kitchen, I'm rolling my zoot. I tell everybody, you know what, it's time. And everyone was cool. They were like, yeah, we gotta go. And I have to get Sam out of he's in the garden, fucking being loud. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you get him out. He go. Everyone goes. And I'm rolling my zoot, and I think, yes, this is me now. Happy birthday, bruv. Them ones. And then knock at the door. Open the door. It's Sam. I go, bruv, you forget something? He goes, everything, bro, everything. And he comes back in. He walks straight past me and he's like searching around my house. Gets his coat. He didn't have his coat, right?
What?
He gets his coat, his keys,
Yeah.
his phone, his
What?
wallet, right? Then he goes...
Were they all in different places?
All in different places.
How the fuck does that happen?
Then he goes out in the garden.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm still waiting by the door, and he comes back in, and when he comes past me, I see he's got his shoes. So he came, I didn't notice when I opened the door to him, but he'd walked out of my house barefoot, right? And he's got his shoes in his hand, and he goes to me, "Oh, good party, bro. Good party. Good party." And he goes, "You know what? I'm gonna leave the socks. They're soaking." And literally for 3 months, all the way through the winter, there was a pair of Sam's socks on the bench in my garden, just sat there. No one would move them. My kids wouldn't touch them. You know what I mean? They were just there. There's just a little reminder of that night.
That's beautiful, man.
How'd you walk out?
Without socks on?
No socks, no shoes.
I don't understand, man.
The lemsip,
He
bro,
just
I'm
set
telling
himself a fucking Easter egg hunt in your house. I don't understand that. But that is also the sign of a good party. I've had so many ridiculous, fucked up, weird house parties. Anyone in here been to one of my house
Why
parties?
have I not been? I'm always busy.
There's a couple.
So
I see Angus over there. There's a couple people. There's a lot of like, because you've never been to it. Neither of you fucking
I'm
been to
always
one.
busy. It's always on that night. I'm somewhere else.
They're fucking
so
weird,
annoying.
man. Like one of them, I woke up the next day and there was squashed bananas everywhere, blood everywhere.
Ooh.
Yeah. And there was it's had enough already. It gets worse.
What were you doing with the bananas?
Listen, don't worry about me, man. Don't worry about me, all right?
A bloody banana is
all right,
terrifying.
Listen, after you gave
I
me
can't
that...
unpicture that.
Listen,
I've never thought of a bloody
after you
banana
gave me that
before.
advice, relax your arsehole and fuck
I'm not
it,
coming
all
to your
right?
parties, man.
I
I'm
just
not
took
coming.
it.
I don't want to.
I took it out of context. And there were footprints up the wall in my front room. And you think, okay, cool. So
Yeah, but we know breakers.
But listen, no.
It was probably someone doing that.
Break
No
dances, yeah,
breakers.
cool. No. So you're okay.
A flip.
A footprint halfway up the wall, I understand. Maybe. Okay, someone's fucking just doing something avant-garde. They're just trying to fucking show off. There was footprints on the ceiling.
What?
Like my old housemate
Were they
Aisha's here
How's
as
that
well.
possible?
She'll know about that. Like, she doesn't know why they're there. I don't know why they're there. She's saying it's fucked. I don't.
That's messed
But
up.
you know why it was?
She doesn't know. She doesn't know why it is. It was probably her. Look, but the thing, like, I don't understand how that happens at a house party.
Either, you know, there
was someone climbing
there
on
was
the
an
ceiling.
acrobat in your house. There was a genuine acrobat in your house, or there was a girl who makes love with shoes on and very long legs.
Right.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Unless someone was doing it,
Doing it with their hands with shoes.
Yeah, there's that.
trying to fuck with me.
Yeah, just fucking with your
because
head.
they knew it. Like
Probably you. It's probably you.
You know what?
You don't even remember.
That would not surprise me. All right, that is Seb. How are we doing for time? That's 40. I can't.
Is that the first half already?
I can't count. That's the first half. All right.
I only had one. I didn't fish my first drink.
Bruv, you're fucking slipping, mate. All right, so that's a perfect time to say that's the end of the first half. So we're going to do the annual tradition. If you listen to the podcast, you know about this shit. The tradition of a piss break. And then we will come back in 15 minutes. So make sure you get a drink. Get as drunk as us. Just me. And then we will be doing a shot as soon as we come back. So do your thing. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right.
We'll be back in 15 minutes.
Nice one, guys.
So who's passing these out? Are we not passing these out? We will be.
All right, here we are. We're gonna start part 2 now. Sorry, welcome back to the Thanks for Trying podcast. Did everyone have a good piss break? All right, okay, here we go. So as you can see right now, there's a tradition of doing a shot at the half time. It's tequila. Basically, I poured like 30. Maybe I underestimated or overestimated. Of the shots. We're going to hand them out now. We got like 30 of them. Sorry if you don't get one. I am a bit of a cheapskate. We have the world famous Doc Brown and Ed Skrein passing them out. You girls can pass them out too. No, I think that's it. That's your one. Doc's got one there. Okay, here we are back at the Thanks for Trying podcast. So shout out to who's got a shot? Who managed to get one? All right, we got some shots in the air. As the Thanks for Trying podcast tradition of doing a shot after the piss break, what we're going to do right now is together, we're all going to cheers.
Drink to the end of 2016.
Drink to the end of 2016. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, big time.
And thank you everyone for coming, and thank you everyone to listening to the podcast.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Cheers. Okay, now we can get on with that shit.
This is where it all gets shouty, innit? We start interrupting each other.
This is where it all gets shouty.
Get those breathy coughs from the audience.
Two things I should say. Three things. We're gonna have a Q&A in about 20 minutes, where our roving reporter Michael Payne has the mic
on it, yeah.
So he has the mic. So he is our roving reporter. So we'll be doing a Q&A. So if you have any questions for these two or myself or anything, or just worldly questions about life, if you're struggling through puberty or something, you need to know some answers.
There's gonna be a black guy pointing a piece of metal at you, but don't worry about it. It's cool.
Don't be afraid. It's okay. So think of your questions now, and shout out to Hoxton Gin for getting us drunk today.
Big up Hoxton Gin. Thank you very much.
Gin every time. So all three of us are fucking hungover today.
Yeah, last night was a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
Who went to bed latest out of the three of us?
Yeah.
I was 7 o'clock.
Oh, you beat me.
Yeah, you beat me. I was like five. We all went to Corrupt FM.
Yeah. People just do nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of like it's so weird. It's like a new level of comedy because it was. You could look at it as like a theatrical piece in a way because everybody on there is acting. You got Hugo Chegwin and Alan and Steve Stamp. These are not the guys I guess you think they are if you watch the BBC Three show and whatnot. Yeah. But they're on there in character doing their thing. And Asim, of course.
Of course. Yes. Big up Asim.
Chabadi G.
It's
a piece of theatre, but yet at the same time you got P Money.
Look at Ed, he knows.
You got P Money. You got P Money coming out.
Bruv, I lost my shit.
Big Nasty.
Corin lost his shit. Corin was like a Boy Scout. The first half of it, we were upstairs and I was going, "What the fuck you doing up here, man? Corruptor on. Let's go downstairs." He said, "No, I've got the podcast. I want to be well behaved." He come downstairs as soon as P Money come on. Bruv. I was getting drapes. Elbows were getting thrown. You were having a great time,
bruv. If P Money does 10 out of 10, bruv. Everyone's getting punched.
He's
I can't deal with it.
Yeah. I was just saying this to Michael Payne before the show. There's something about P Money, for rap guys like me, who I'm an old dude. I had to I had to ask children about grime. This sounds good. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, why not? Why not?
But what is it?
Explain. What is it? What is it?
Explain,
what is it?
Honestly, explain.
But P Money, he hit me the first time I heard him. I was like, this guy's fucking hard.
Fucking sick.
Hard. So it was, you have to understand, you're watching this piece of theatre. Asim Chabadi G is in a 3-piece velvet corduroy suit.
Yeah.
Red.
It's beautiful.
It's red,
beautiful.
right? Beautiful. With elbow patches. You know what I'm saying?
It was beautiful. But the highlight of it,
real as well.
The highlight. I mean, the whole show was fucking amazing. But the highlight for me was when Chabadi came out
and did Dirty Old Donna.
Dirty Old Donna or Dirty Diana.
He basically did a version of Dirty Diana, which if you watch the show, in the first season, he had this Polish girlfriend who was just trying to get a visa.
Called Aldona, yeah.
And he's just been cussing her forever since when she left him, and he did a song. It was a version of Dirty Diana. It was just beautiful. Dirty Aldona, and it was.
Oh, fuck you, Aldona, wasn't it? Fuck you, Aldona.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay,
it was fucking amazing. Whatever it was. Shout out to Asim and shout out to Seeper.
Asim's done the podcast, right?
Yeah. Asim's done the podcast, and Grinder Seeper's done the podcast as well. I spoke to Beats last night. I said, Beats, bro, you're coming up. He's fucking sick and a very talented guy.
Michael Payne, what did you tell me about Hugo Chegwin last night that fucking blew my mind?
Wait, is his mic on? Michael Payne. He's turning it on currently.
He's turning it on.
All right.
I had no idea. I had no idea. Because I thought he was a great actor. He's very funny. I knew he was Keith Chegwin's nephew, which is funny in itself. But last night, Michael Payne told me something, and I was just like, what? Stop the record, tell me that again.
He's actually a talented and prolific songwriter. He wrote a couple of songs at least on Emily Sandé's debut album.
That's fucking crazy.
Little fact there, if you're entering a pub quiz.
Yeah.
So,
Last
relevant.
night for me, before I got so lean, I didn't know what was going on. But like before that, there was the moment where I was just like, look at what we're doing, man. Like, look at what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was a kid, it was like, we just looked at America and we were just like, America's doing stuff that we'll never do. But when I turn around and see Brixton Academy sold out, watching a bunch of guys that are like
mad
doing like the thing that, and I know from working in TV and film, like I bring my ideas and people are like, yeah, that's very niche. I don't think it'll work, you know. And what the People Just Do Nothing guys are doing, you know, that's exactly the thing that I would bring to a meeting and everyone would say, well, you can't do this because it's too niche, it's too weird, it's like it's just, and Brixton Academy sold out. These guys,
and no other TV show could do that.
Rap and they're rapping. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I thought was
TV
nuts,
show
right? What I thought was crazy is like when I was growing up, Heartless were like, you know, my heroes. They were the greatest, you know. Bushkin, Mighty Mo, Fonty, they were the greatest. You know, EZ was the greatest DJ.
Garage is so important,
you know
right?
What I mean?
Because they showed us how to be
before
stars.
Skinny Man, before Clash.
They showed us how to be stars. I lie though,
proper.
Because we rapped, but we weren't cool with it.
No.
We weren't getting laid.
No.
Number one, we weren't getting laid.
No, not in the UK.
We wanted to impress men. We wanted to impress men.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying? We wanted to impress men. And then the garage guys were like getting laid like crazy. And we raved to garage
because they understood tight jeans
hip-hop.
10 years before.
We did hip hop,
but that was the mad thing.
Grime nailed it. They brought the two worlds together.
But like someone said to me last night, they were like, "Can you believe this is the first time that Heartless have ever played Brixton?" And I thought to myself how interesting it is on a kind of sociological level, where the fact that Heartless were there, and I was kind of watching. You know, Mo and everyone were down here just to our right, and I was watching Corrupt FM on stage thinking, this is weird. This is like 10 years or 15 years later than we used to rave in Iron Napa and Castle Club and Black and White and all that, and we were wearing off-key and giving it the, you know, the old school garage skanks. And, you know, 10, 15 years after that, you know, we're here now, but it's kind of like, you know, it's this beautiful
that's still
thing.
my only dance, but it's okay.
You know. But it was really interesting in that sense. It was really interesting to see, like, you know, them do this kind of comedy stage show, stand-up gig, but then Heartless are there, and you know, I was kind of there. Like, I mean, when I saw Heartless were on the bill, that's the reason I wanted to go. Corrupt FM is the greatest thing that's come out of British TV for me since Alan Partridge.
Yeah, big time.
Or at least British comedy, and but Heartless are the legends. Like, you know, you ask me my favourite group of all time. It's not Wu-Tang. It's Heartless. It's Heartless.
Yeah,
Heartless theme is like one of my favourite tunes of all time. I always tell, like, when I'm in other countries, telling Americans, like, yeah, Heartless, we used to rave like this. They just look at me like, what? You used to wear matching Ice Cube shirts and trousers with.
That's how I'm about Task Force.
Yeah.
When I heard them and they were doing their thing and they lived up the road from me, I was just, it blew my mind. It was like the final piece of the puzzle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I worshipped the American rappers, and I heard Chester P on a record called Half and Half with Skinny Man, and
was that on Mud Files or something?
Mud Files, and it had the Pakistani dude Mongo. Oh my god.
This is so niche right now.
This is real niche. This is real niche.
Like, I'm here. Gold, man.
This is real niche.
I'm here. I know about. I lived this.
But it's like, he was like, I'm the sickest he's like, I'm the sickest packy on the mic.
Wow.
And I was like, you're just hearing that.
Wow.
For a London dude. Like, where I grew up, like, hearing packy was harsher than nigger.
Yeah.
Because nigger was like the rap shit. It was like Hollywood shit. We didn't really connect with it.
I'm going to move on from that very swiftly.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's fine. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about before we get into
after
the
cussing racial tirades, he goes on one himself.
That's it.
And another thing, you know who I don't like. All right, so there's a couple more things I want to talk about before we go into the Q&A. Before people out there have questions.
Yes.
And firstly, also, I'd want to big up the fact that we have a few past guests in the audience that came on the
We
Thanks
do.
for Trying podcast.
Shout out Holly Dempsey.
Big up Holly.
Holly
Dempsey.
Dempsey.
In the building.
my self-tape partner.
Big ups, Jordan
All my
Stevens in the
self-tapes.
building.
Jordan Stevens of Rizzle Kicks, guys. Come on.
There's Ashley James here.
Ashley James.
We've got
Fuck,
Michael
man.
Payne here. Shout out to everybody who's been on the podcast before. And shout out to Chelsea, who's been, if anyone listens to the podcast, the regular
That's our
attendant.
audience. That's our audience.
That's Chelsea
In one.
is our audience.
Chelsea
since
and
the
Seb.
beginning.
She was 33% of the audience.
If
for
I
the
can make
first one.
Chelsea and Seb laugh, then I know like
That's
I'm good.
it. And big up to Seb White, the who records the
Yeah,
show
big up,
every
Seb.
time. So thank you very much. So
All right,
thank
that's
you
too
to
much.
Seb.
That's too much.
That's
That's
too
too
much. Calm down. All right. So, Ed, I wanted to talk to you about another thing because I was with Kim the other night and I was like, I wanted to talk to her about you winning the award, the Best Fight Scene Award.
That's crazy.
In it was the MTV Awards, right? You won that with Ryan. I wanted to talk about it.
What was the exact scene? What was the exact scene?
It was for the final fight with the axes on the
Sick.
on the helicarrier.
So sick.
And and like, what was that? Because I didn't realize that because we watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine and it was Andy Samberg that gave you the award.
Yeah,
He's a funny motherfucker.
He's a funny
yeah,
guy.
he's a funny guy.
And how did that feel to fucking walk up on stage and like get this fucking award in front of with your name, Ryan Reynolds and Ed Skrein, Best Fight Scene?
You know, we put so much work into it. I felt like we deserved it.
Yeah.
Hear that? Yeah, hear that?
You know.
Yeah, hear that?
I worked for like 2 months before we even started shooting.
That's UK rap that's talking right now.
Boom, right now, yeah.
Yeah, like I felt like, you know what, there was I was in the category for best villain, and I felt like if I win this, it's wrong because Tom Hardy should win it for The Revenant. What's his name?
Not for Payne.
Kylo Ren won it for Star Wars in the end, but like, you know.
I'm so evil. I don't know.
Most nondescriptly spoken villain ever.
But yeah, it felt good. It felt right. You know, it felt like, yeah, it felt kind of the same thing I was talking about with, you know, when we're standing next to these inverted commas giants, you know, where it's like, why not? Innit? Why not? Why do we not deserve to
They're
stand next to
fucking
these
humans.
people? You know, and like, you know, so you know,
I'm gonna say this right now, and it might be the booze talking, but every one of your awards is my award, bro.
you know that.
Yeah. That's
I
real love.
Fucking love it.
That's fucking
I
real
love it.
I feel that way.
Like I feel that every single time as well. Like,
Every
when
time,
either of you do
every
it.
time I see him in the paper,
Yeah.
or in the paparazzi shots, or there's an award, I'm like, Cricklewood.
But I come back. I always like when I'm back in the ends, back in the area, and even last night, this geezer was like, "Yeah, bro, I love you." I was like, "When I shine, we shine." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm trying to do
true.
this for all of us, and like, you know,
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
because we're
yeah,
both
is what it
fucking
is.
so proud of you. You know, like,
it's
and it's
crazy.
It's ridiculous to see the progress, to see fucking change, transition. Is such a wonderful thing to see. And
I ain't even started yet, bro.
oh shit!
I got a lot left in me.
I'm waiting for you to be James Bond.
Oh, yeah, big time. Big time.
Like that's my personal thing. Like I called.
That's gonna happen.
No, we were on our way to
You're
the
mad-
Kill
you're
Your
too young,
Friends,
though.
Kill Your Friends premiere, and I said to you, I was like, because I'd been saying James Bond for a minute.
Yeah, it won't work though.
No,
it's too early.
it's too early
He's
now,
got to
man.
be.
He's got a while-
to be
yeah.
able to have sex with a girl who's old enough to be his daughter. That's how James Bond works.
Right. Is that how? That's the
It's mad
James Bond
creepy.
rule. And a woman that's old enough to be his mother in
Yes.
the same film.
Yes.
Okay, sure. But you got picked as like top 5 people to play the next Bond.
Yeah, when I saw that, I
On
sent
Forbes, right?
You're the only
Forbes.
person I sent the article to. I see it. I was like, oh, let me send it to Corin because he was saying it.
He'll get gassed.
I was gassed. I'm not gonna lie, I was gassed. I was gassed when you brought me back the MTV socks from the MTV Music Awards.
I'll tell you something about Corin right now. On a personal level, socks and sandwiches for Corin.
He's a sock guy, man.
So
He's a sock
far
guy.
above sex. There's like other things.
Yeah.
There's other things in between sandwiches, socks, and sex. His sock game's so strong, bro.
I have fucking, I know about socks. All right. Doc, there's 2 things I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
One is the rap tour, because you've come back to rapping now. Because you're like, I want to do this shit. Look at it.
You see?
You hear that shit. You hear that shit, bruv. I mean,
No jokes.
No, it's no
That's
jokes,
my hashtag
bro.
right now. No jokes.
So
No jokes.
like you've got an album. Me and you are going on tour. We're
Yes.
fucking, we're doing this rap tour.
Yep.
There's no comedy about. There's going to be no laughs. We're not even
No
laughing.
laughs.
We're
No
not even
laughs.
a laugh.
We'll have a
bro.
laugh in between the songs.
In between,
I'm sure.
no one's going to watch us laugh.
No.
There's nothing funny happening. This is rap.
Yeah.
So talk to people about
Okay. Well,
the return.
Yeah. I had 2014 was like the worst year of my life, right?
Right.
I couldn't stop fucking up. I just kept making mistakes on a personal level, and like, you know, I just started to put my whole kind of life at risk. I don't know what I was doing. I think I got gassed by my own success, maybe, and the fact that when you do a job like mine, when you're a comic, you know, you're not in a film, you're not in a band, you're you are the product.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So everywhere you go, it's like, it's kind of all about you.
Yeah, you have to be
and,
on
and,
all
and
the
that
fucking
year
time.
really, it shook me. Actually, it was when I met Hugh right here in the front row in Melbourne. My life was on like a downward spiral. Like I was in a crazy place.
So when you met Hugh, it was like the lowest point.
There's the lowest point. And every time I see him now, it's just a fucking reminder. So yeah, I think I came out of that. I had a couple of dramatic acting roles where I could put in a bit of that tension. And Ed will tell you more about that than I can. But it wasn't quite enough.
I mean, all of the running and Law and Order.
Actually, the weird thing was
pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of running in Law and
There's
Order.
so much running in Law and Order.
And a lot of looking into the middle distance. I'm working out this case. You know, I think I know who's murdered him, but I've got to look down this staircase. I've got to look down this staircase in a meaningful way.
Look down the staircase and then run down the staircase.
And then run down the staircase.
Run down the staircase.
But actually, the conduit was you. Because I remember texting you and saying, I feel like I need a beat. And you sent me a couple beats. I was like, I miss rap, man.
Yeah.
I fucking miss it. I just went at it, man. I recorded like 26, 27 songs.
Wow.
There's 12 songs on the album. So that's there's fucking no filler on that shit at all. Like,
And
I don't
very
boast
honest
about
as
my
well.
acting. I don't boast about my stand-up. But rap, you don't boast about your rap. I remember when I was a kid, I heard Fife say on a Tribe Called Quest record, if I don't say I'm the best, tell me who the hell will. And I'm like, when it comes to rap, I'm like, fuck rappers. I don't care. Like when I come back, there's a lot of rappers that's gonna be like just like reanalyzing why they exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I doing this? Like my man's 38 and he's come back out, 2 kids. Fucking, I got a shed, bro. I got a shed. I got shoes that I only wear for the garden. Do you know what I'm saying? For weeding, and I'm still murking these fucking rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Lyrics.
So like for me, it was a deep thing. And at first I was like, no guests. And like I built example. He's in Australia. Like me and him go like way back. And I was just like, it'd be dope if I had all the people that I used to be cool with, you know, to jump on this and just give it that validity.
So we got the rap tour coming up off the back of this.
End of March.
End of March, we're going to be
Corin's
going around.
Last Skeptic's going to be my DJ. We're going to throw Dream McLean in that set.
Yeah, we're going to do a bunch of stuff. I got my
Payne's already hollered at me about coming and doing some stuff. It's going to be very special.
The XOY show is going to be nuts.
The London show is almost sold out already.
Fucking oh, there you go.
Which is insane.
Because I got my new EP with Dream McLean dropping January 23rd. Just get that in there. Plug.
Do you ever filter rap?
No, it's beautiful because it was like when I was doing it, it was all I wanted to do. You know, and now I'm doing this, it's all I want to do. So, you know,
you got that focus.
It ticks the same box for you. Like in like creatively. Like
the creative output.
That's what I lack, the focus, because some days I wake up and I think, this is what I want to do. And then the next day I wake up, I want to do this. I want to write. I want to act. I want to rap. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of feel like, you know, I came into this on instinct, you know, and I got to a certain point on instinct, and now I'm having to actually learn and grow, and you know, I'm opposite people who are like, you know, proper stellar caliber. So, you know,
talking about me and Doc, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I have a duty to really try and just progress in this field and try and go as far as I can in this field and try and maximize my creative output in this field, and if I do that, then everything else will fall in place.
And so we have our roving reporter, Michael Payne, over there. Have you got your mic on? Let's say what's up. Shout out to Michael Payne.
Shout out to Michael Payne. Yo, Corinne, you know what's nuts, bro? Is before I even knew you, before I even knew Doc, and you lot go all the way back.
Yeah.
I knew Justin before
Really?
all you lot.
Where did you meet?
We did A-levels together, innit?
Yeah, A-levels.
Fortismere, yeah. So
What school did you go
it's
to?
the same school, Fortismere. It's where Ruben Dangor,
Fortismere.
who does all the artwork for people just do nothing.
Fortismere is a mad artistic
Michael Kiwanuka.
hub, innit?
Yeah,
it's a hub.
It was a beautiful, it was a very interesting place. You know, especially to go there in the 90s, it was an amazing time to go there because it was this beautiful social demographic that you know London does so well when we talk about other places that have such segregation where you know people were coming from all around. People were coming from Enfield, Tottenham, Hornsey, Crouch End. People were coming from Archway, Highgate, East Finchley. So we had this
very
wonderful
disparate area. You know what I mean? We've lots of different kind of.
We had everything. You know what I mean? And it was a very interesting place. And you know, I got a son. I want him to you know grow up with exactly the same education, which was you know a very open-minded and varied and multicultural state school. Yeah, this progressive like you know outlook, and all the parents this multicultural, beautiful London living, which is you know so unique here, and you know it's a beautiful thing.
And that's part of the thing that makes us who we are. You know what I mean? Being part of this London thing. All right, here we go. So now, after all of that, we're gonna go straight to Michael Payne, our roving reporter.
I can't believe Corey's trying to like. Usually it's us trying to hold.
Usually it's
down.
Usually it's you guys trying to hold me down.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's fucking pipe down. Let's do this. All right, Michael Payne, you're over there. How you doing, man? So
yeah, I'm good.
So Let 'Em See It EP that I produced for Michael Payne came out this year. So big, you know, that's fucking amazing record.
Fuck it, hey!
Shout out to all the guests,
artist, man.
It was a
Listen
fucking
to his
amazing,
shit. He's
you know what I
amazing.
mean? He was amazing. I was amazing. We were amazing together.
Yeah.
So
you were a great couple, man.
That was a special night.
Only happened once, but it was beautiful.
it was fucking lovely. So who have you got for us for our first question this evening?
Right. Well, we do have Jordan who wants to ask the first question of the night. Make some noise for Jordan.
Jordan. All right. Can I just say also, as we have Jordan Stevens here, one of the guests on my, the only repeated guest before these guys on my podcast. Can I say Jordan Stevens? Here we go. It's fine. Let's pour drinks everywhere.
I'm drunk now. I'm officially drunk now.
He's drunk. Can we also make noise for? It's fine. It's beautiful. My notepad's dead now. It's okay. Can we also make some noise for Jordan Stevens, who is in the new Star Wars film Rogue One?
What?
And I don't.
Hey, what is that? Wait, hold on. That's two British rappers in Rogue One. Is that right?
Yeah, him and Riz. And also, it's ridiculous. Like he actually gets bare line. I'm not gonna fucking spoiler alert this shit, but he has some fucking amazing lines.
We got two British rappers in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Can we just have a second for that?
And why the fuck not, bruv? You know
I'm getting a lot of gin poured in
not?
my groin area right now.
Yeah,
just
I'm
so
really
you know.
sorry about that. Have we got? Is there any tea towels at the bar? I'm really. Jeez, I've ruined this.
All right,
sorry.
tea towels. All right, Jordan
Tea
Stevens.
towels. What do you call them? What are they called?
Yo,
beer towels. Beer towels. I don't know.
Have another drink.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right, how you doing? That was a 10-minute intro, Jordan. What's your question?
Yes. Well, can I have a question each for one each?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
All right. So, Doc, my question to you is: would you rather? Now, listen, it's a serious.
You better say me in the answer to this.
Oi, that was actually that's I was going to ask something uncomfortable like that, but I'm not going to. Would you rather have an album produced by Dr. Dre or be the next James Bond? That's to Doc.
Wow.
And then to Ed, the question is, on the basis that it's a huge Hollywood role, what wouldn't you do? If someone offered you like a big film.
These are two great questions.
Yeah, like what would you have to hear from the producer, from the director? Like, yo, we're giving you this major role, and you're like, yeah, sick. It's like, yeah, 500 million budget.
I've got an answer for Ed's
you've got to do
question as well
this.
after Ed's done.
What would this be? So that's those two.
Okay,
right,
so
Doc's gonna answer that for me.
Okay, Dr. Dre or...
So I think in those terms,
James Bond.
I'm glad you said James Bond, because I think there's a lot of dramatic roles that I would definitely take over a Dr. Dre album. But James Bond, I don't know, I've always found him a sort of creepy, rapey, vaguely paedophiliac.
But I like how you said paedophilia. Like that was the word. Paedophilia. All right, cool, nice.
I'd much rather have a Dre album. I find that quite an easy question to answer, but I think I could do better on a Dre album than as James Bond.
That's fine. All right, Ed. What was Ed's question?
This is a great question.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, you know, dream director, dream budget, but then you get the character role and is something that turns you away. What would that be?
What would be the thing?
What's
that turns
too
you
far
away?
for you?
Yeah, what is too far?
I mean, the first thing I would say is take out the implication of the dream budget because, you know...
Okay, no budget, just director.
Whether it's like no, because there's some directors out there, some amazing...
State school.
Underground directors...
Come on. Sorry, Ed, I want to know. Honestly, I want to know.
You know, there's...
Why are you looking at me? Like, what are you doing? Like...
There's some amazing underground directors out there. You know, I say underground, but, you know, directors that are making incredible movies, independent movies worldwide, whether they're, you know, Serbian, French, Russian, Canadian, whatever. They're making some amazing stuff. So, you know, there's certain directors who I feel like I would almost do anything for, and it would, you know...
Literally anything.
I don't know what your imagination is stretching
So listen,
to, brother.
Ed, I hear what you're saying, yeah, like, fuck the budget thing, that was worded badly, I don't think that's what drives you. But it's like, I'm just saying, a director that you really respect, what would he have to give to you as a part? Would you say you literally play anything? Would you do blackface?
How could you say that? Wow.
Jordan! No, Justin.
I mean, you know, this is Jordan. You knew he'd want to be the star.
Justin.
Woo!
Said to say
That's a cue right there. That's a cue.
Wow. Is there anything you won't do? That's what he's saying. So you listen, because I want the mic to go around. I want Justin to say, Michael Payne to say
That's
the
a
mic
great
around.
question,
So
though.
you have
That's a great question.
20 seconds to answer this.
Okay.
Very quickly, and then Michael Payne's going to take the mic around.
If it's the right director, if it's the right project, if the script feels like it's the right thing to do, you know, if it feels like it's a disrespectful thing in any way, or if it feels ungracious in any way, then I wouldn't do anything, whether it's a blackface or anything else like that. But you know, you look at Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder.
You know, did he get nominated for? So,
There's a lot of yeses and nos.
Anyway, so
no one knows.
I'm not giving you no yes or no answer for that because there's so many factors that go into it. But I often think about how far that I would go with certain things, and I watch, when I'm watching movies, I'm like, would I do that? And the answer is, it would have to be the right director. So I'll give like the wanky diplomatic sit on the fence answer.
What's really hard to understand from the outside is Corinne ain't meant to be here. I'm not meant to be here. Ed's not meant to be here. Like, when we were in school, this world that we're all inhabit now and we make a living off of, like, we didn't believe it was a thing for us.
Yeah.
We thought it was
else.
for the other people.
Yeah.
That went to Bristol University, that went to Cambridge, that went to Oxford. Yeah. You know, it was for the people who grew up in a showbiz family or whatever. We didn't believe it was for us. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a weird thing for me, man. Like,
I agree, but I disagree in the sense that, like, it's not that we weren't supposed. I ain't even said it yet.
I didn't make my point. I didn't make my point yet.
Yeah, Ed, talking. Let's go.
But I disagree in the sense of, like, I'll rephrase it in the sense that, like, we didn't feel that we were supposed to be here because I really now feel like I'm supposed to be here.
It's a small-minded thing that I'm talking about, though. You grow out of it.
But now it's like, I come back and I see like, everyone putting up their gun fingers for Heartless Theme last night, and I come back and I listen to the voice of the great outdoors, and I realise that's what raised me, and that is, my history and my heritage. But at the same time, like, nothing defines me. So, the UK hip-hop years did not define me. I'm not defined by the people who I hung around with when I was 17. I'm not defined by the preconceptions of the UK hip-hop scene. I'm also not defined by acting. Like, this will not define me. So, in that sense, like...
So when you're an astronaut next...
Why not, bruv? Well, actually, I don't want to go space.
Fuck space, man.
you know what?
Fuck space. I ain't going space. That's sorry. That's
There ain't
tickled,
no
that's tickled a
space
nerve for me. I'm
Ain't
not.
no space scramble in it.
I ain't
No,
going
but
space.
I just feel like,
I ain't going space.
the reason that we should decide to not do things or that we would turn down things, should not be through other people's,
perceptions of what we should be.
of us and what we should be. Because as soon as I liberated myself from like feeling like I was held back by the straitjacket of the ends or the way people feel, you grow wings. You know what I mean?
I agree.
very true.
You know what I really want to do is Michael Payne. You're over there with a mic. Who in here has a question for the panel?
Look at Corin. Boy.
I can't
Moving
really.
on,
I can't really see like any of the
If you've
people.
got a question, put your hand up.
You can see better than me, so you're
yeah.
gonna have to go to them. Who has a question?
Had to be the guy
Anyone
furthest
here?
away as well. Really roving out here.
Roving out
It's
here.
not even a joke. Right, what's your name, sir?
Mark. That's what
Mark
fashion
here's
is
got a
about.
question.
We've got a question from Mark.
Speak clearly into the microphone, Mark. Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening,
Good
Mark.
evening.
It's going to be a bit of a
I just
boring
see your
question.
gold tooth bligging over there. I can't see nothing but your one gold
Shining through
NHS
darkness.
gold tooth in the
I don't know,
background,
man.
bro.
blinging with my NHS gold tooth.
Straight out of the 90s, man.
90s.
Child in the
All right.
90s.
It's a bit of a boring question. It might go over some people's heads, but it's to Ben.
Okay.
As a fellow Palace fan,
Oh,
Oh
Eagle
shit!
from day, yeah?
all right.
Pardew in or out?
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow, I mean,
I
we're
would say
going
I got
football.
my boy Steve here. Steve, make some noise wherever you're at.
Big up to Steve.
That's my
Big
Palace
up Edwin.
brethren in the house. We're Palace, and we're a small team, and I just think to get rid of Pardew, who the fuck we gonna get, man? Yeah.
All right, next question.
Someone's got an aggressive.
I hear that.
State
Someone's
your
got
name,
an
mate.
aggressive question.
I will, bruv, I will.
Yes, I'm doing it. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Yo, real talk. Would you go into space if it's for a film?
Yeah. If it was the right director, the right script, the right
Quick,
everything,
oh,
I'd
come
go.
on, diplomat. Fucking hell. Ed.
You know the answer,
I
bro.
try and explain to him that they don't really go to space, mate, but he wouldn't listen.
They don't go to
Hey, I'll tell you this.
You
now.
were actually in space, Jordan. What the fuck? You know the answer to this. You're
I'll go
in Star
Pinewood,
Wars.
my G. I'll go Pinewood. You know what I mean?
I was
I'll
like,
go green
fuck's
screen.
sake.
I was like contract up to the asshole, so I couldn't say anything. But like, I was in the last two. It was either me or the dude that you saw in a movie, The Martian, with
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Matt Damon. So there was like the doctor on board was called Dr. Beck, and it was me and him, me and that guy who got it. I didn't get it. The other space related one was Young Lando. And I could talk about that now. I could talk about that now. That's crazy.
Can you talk because I was
Which went to Childish Gambino, right?
I fuck it, bruv. I went
And
out.
his
I went out
his
with
latest album is like.
You said to me, I'm
went out with
auditioning
Riz
for
Ahmed.
Star Wars, and I said, "Young fucking Lando."
Young Lando. You said it.
I
Young
said
Lando.
it.
And then for a week
Said it.
on the text, me and Corin, we signed off with Young Lando. Like, I was
Young
like,
Lando.
Lando. I said it. That's like the ultimate rap name.
Jesus
but like,
Christ.
no. I went out with Riz Ahmed getting Nando's right in Soho. Riz Ahmed, star of fucking Four Lions and
The Night of.
Oh my God! What
Big
a
up
film.
Riz every time, man. Big up Riz.
Rogue One now.
Yeah.
And
Nightcrawler.
Riz is the same as me
Full
and
Manners.
Future star of the
me and
Thanks for
Ed
Trying podcast.
and Ben Plan B. We was rappers, and now these guys are doing incredible stuff.
That's
but
true.
yeah, I'm in Soho hitting Nando's, and Riz goes, have you met Donald?
Oh, fuck
And I'm like,
off.
what? And he's got Donald Glover with him, right?
Fuck off.
And I'm like, fuck, because I got the Childish Gambino album 2011 with
I mean,
Camp with
I watched
Bonfire and-
Community. Like
Like,
who watches
dudes-
Community up in here? Come on, make some noise. I fucking
Dude's a
watched.
talent. Dude's a
Bruv,
talent, right?
come on,
And when
come on now.
when I saw him, the first time I heard him was as a rapper. I didn't realize he was an actor, and then people going, "Oh, dude, he's an actor. He's an actor." And so I looked into that, and then I realized he was a fucking stand-up as well. And I was like, "What? This is insane! Like,
brilliant.
what the fuck?" So I said, "Hey, big fan. I loved your album and blah blah." blah. And he goes, "What's your name?" And Riz comes in, he goes, "This is the UKU." I was like, Riz, you're big for that. I love you for that.
No, Rizzy's the greatest. Like Rizzy was my
Yeah,
first.
he's a fucking guy.
Fizzy Rizzy.
He's a
You know what I
guy.
mean? Riz was my first mentor on Ill Manners. My first role. So, he was literally the person who gave me my first philosophy on acting, and really taught me and helped me through. I really would have struggled without him, so I owe so much to Riz. And
all right, Michael Payne, where are you? You're somewhere in the fucking place. I can't see you. Make some. Where are you, Michael?
In the mix-up, right?
He's in the mix.
Just
I'm fucking old. Jesus Christ,
Look
he's
for
in
the little
there.
red light, mate.
I love that. This is sick. All right, who's got a question?
I'm creepily sitting behind this young lady.
Has Aisha got a question?
The question's actually over there. I just want to sit behind her.
All right, cool. Let's
No,
ask a
it's
question. Let's go.
Are there any roles or opportunities that you've passed up that you regret doing so?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a great question. I'll throw that at you because you're not auditioning anymore, right?
nah,
You
I am
auditioning?
auditioning. of
You're
course,
auditioning?
of course. But I'll say nah, I'm not.
I don't buy
Man don't
that.
need
I
to
don't buy that.
audition,
No,
bro.
no, that's not true.
Man don't care about all that.
I don't care. Fuck that.
That's not true. Holly Dempsey knows that. When I'm back in London, we're doing our self-tapes
about all
together.
that.
No, I'll say
But
nah,
I do fucking
like,
talk.
no regrets. There's never been no regrets with nothing. There weren't no regrets before this, and certainly in this industry.
I
like,
regret Midsummer Murders.
Headlines tomorrow. Headlines.
Nah, no regrets, man. No regrets, because even things were, I don't know. You learn from the negatives like you learn from the positives. So I just think it's a learning game, anyway.
You are so beautifully diplomatic, man. All right, so
I've got a question.
Seb,
Seb's got a
why?
question. Make some noise for
Producer of
Seb
the
on the
show.
sound.
He's got a
I've got a
question.
question.
All right.
I think there's about time that there was a UK Lonely Island. When are you three going to sort that out?
That's
Wow.
a Dick in a Box 2.
Wow. I mean, we have all of the ingredients.
We do. Me and Corin were talking for a while, maybe more than a year, about doing like a cop show. a spoof cop show.
Listen, our cop show will be fucking sick, all right?
Yeah, it would be.
Just
It would
purely
be.
for the scene where it's like, I need your badge and your gun.
Yeah, we wanted to do a scene where you had to hand in the badge and the gun, and we also wanted a scene where at some point I leave the room and I open the door and I'm gonna leave, but then I turn around and I go, "Oh, and Corin, thanks."
I really want to do this.
Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it'll happen.
Listen, I'm guessing, Seb, we're way over time. We're fucking having such a wonderful time
having a
with
ball
rambling.
now,
And,
I'm fucking
I'm so bored.
so
and
drunk now.
I need a piss. Like all of
We haven't
this
even
stuff.
opened the crackers.
I haven't even. Yo, let's do the. Who wants to see us open some fucking crackers? All right. Okay. Wait,
No cheating now,
You do it
Doc.
at the
No
same
cheating
time. All right. Don't leave me hanging. All right. Okay.
I lost that one.
All right. I think we all have to read our jokes before we finish this podcast.
You know what's fucked me up since childhood is that every time I put on one of these hats since I was 7 years old, it breaks when I put it on, which means I had an abnormally large head since I was a small boy.
I got a fucking
See what
water gun,
happens this
so
time.
this is sick. Listen, I'm gonna start with this with the joke from the Christmas. It is fucking Christmas. Before we wrap up this podcast, big up Christmas.
This fits.
All right, you guys,
man.
you've had some experience of comedy. Crowd audience, get involved with this before you finish up. What did the Martian say to the petrol pump? Someone just said, "Don't get gas, bro."
Don't get
Come
gas,
on.
bro.
I love my London crowd.
Hey, bro.
man.
How amazing would that
Hey, bruv,
be? to
don't get
see
gas.
a fucking cracker.
There's a girl that said it
Hey,
too.
bro.
Don't get
bro.
gas.
Hey, fam, don't get gassed, yeah?
Hey, how you mean?
Don't get gassed. Take your finger out of your ear when I'm talking to you. Fuck this shit.
My joke's so bad I can't say it. But no, it's rubbish. It's rubbish.
No, I want to come on now. You have to say it.
No.
It can't be worse than one of my jokes.
No. I think children. As a parent, I think children should be the ones who write jokes for crackers because kids' jokes when they set them up are fucking amazing.
I thought you said kids should write jokes for crackheads for a minute. there.
That as well would be amazing.
Is a TV show that I would watch.
My eldest,
Alan Partridge with his dictaphone.
my eldest when
Children that write quotes for crackheads.
My eldest, when
watch
she was
that.
like 5 or 6, she was like, "I'm writing jokes," and she started writing jokes
That's
down.
it.
And she tried her first one out at me, and I bent up. She goes, "Why did the lion get lost in the jungle?"
Right.
I was like, I don't know. And she goes, because it's massive. I was like, that's a fucking bar. Because it's massive.
So if you're not going to read your joke, then Ed...
My joke's shit. I've already wrote it up.
Ed, you haven't got your hat on, so you're not allowed to talk until you've got your hat on.
Yeah. You gotta have the talking
You're
hat.
slipping. Okay.
You happy now?
I am happy now. I just
feel like
hope someone takes a photo
got to finish
of
on
this.
like a huge high now. Like, what is...
Well, let's fucking hope
have
Ed's
you got
joke
an end
delivers.
question?
No pressure.
There's no pressure. All right, okay.
Right, what's yellow and white and goes down a train track at 100 miles an hour?
All right. Yellow and white train track, 100 miles an hour. Okay. This is tense. Go
Yellow
on.
and white.
Yellow. Wait.
What's yellow and white?
I don't know.
Pineapple. What's white on a pineapple?
There's nothing white. You need to like take that pineapple back to the shop. Like that's...
A train driver's egg sandwich.
Oh, fuck off.
We can't end
makes
on
me
that.
want to stab somebody.
can't end
man.
on
Bruv, what are these cheap crackers that you're
They're
dealing
cheap
with?
crackers, bro.
fucking
They're cheap
bullshit.
crackers. Ain't Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's would have had better jokes.
Where are them
than
M&S
Sainsbury's
crackers,
with that-
bruv?
Sainsbury's would have had some buzz.
All right, okay. Well, listen, this is the point in the Thanks for Trying podcast where I'd like to say thank you so much to the Phoenix for having us tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys.
For being wonderful
Bar
hosts.
staff and security.
Amazing.
Superb.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much to the audience for coming down tonight.
yeah,
Make some noise for
dude.
yourselves. Big thank you to Seb White for recording the show.
Yeah, Seb.
For the past 10 episodes. You're killing it every single time.
And you know what? I want to say, let's make some noise for Last Skeptic.
Yeah, big time.
Because you know what?
Made the shit happen.
From that first moment where we sat in the tram shed eating up steaks, like in the tram shed, right, with Georgia and
The fat days.
in the old school fat days.
Hey, whoa!
And,
all right,
you know-
I look great now.
No,
It's
but we
fine.
sat there and we was talking about this, and you know, I've been so proud. I've been sitting listening to every podcast you do wherever I am around the world.
Yeah,
I always,
it's fucking
you know,
dope,
the day it
man.
comes out, I always text you and give you some feedback and say,
I'm so hyped
What I
whenever
thought.
it
I'm so
comes
proud of you, bruv. So well done. Yeah, well done, bro.
You know, I just want to lips you both right now, man.
You can fuck right.
I'm gonna fuck it.
He ain't the right director or script for that.
Got up the budget.
Oh shit. All right, and finally, before we end the podcast, make some fucking noise for my guests in episode 10, Doc Brown and Ed Skrein. Thank you very much, everybody. So that was episode 10 of the Thanks for Trying podcast, hosted by myself, The Last Skeptic. Big shout out to the guests, Ed Skrein and Doc Brown, and once again, thank you to the audience that came down and listened and watched it live and got really fucking drunk with us. Again, big shout out to Hoxton Gin. The Thanks for Trying podcast will return in 2017. My brand new EP, Dreamer Clean and The Last Skeptic, Cheese on Brown Bread EP is out on January 23rd and currently is up for pre-order on iTunes, so make sure you go pre-order that now. The instrumental you're hearing is for the lead single, Doing Bits. So if you like that, go pre-order it, peep it on iTunes, go support that. And of course, without forgetting, very importantly, Merry Christmas to every single person listening. See you lot next year.